Have you ever caught yourself checking your phone every few minutes, waiting for their name to appear, like a hit you can't quit? You tell yourself it's love. But why does it feel more like withdrawal? This isn't just emotion, it's chemistry. And what's happening inside your brain right now has more in common with addiction than you might think. Scientists have a word for this state: limerence. The moment when love stops being beautiful and starts being biological. Your brain loops on them like a song that won't end. Every text is a rush, every silence an ache. You can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't think straight. It's not because you're weak. It's because your brain's reward system has been hijacked. But here's the question no one really asks. What if this obsession isn't madness, but design? What if love was never meant to be peaceful, but evolutionary? This isn't just about romance. It's about biology, psychology, and the codes written deep inside the human mind. Because romantic obsession, especially in women, didn't start with dating apps or heartbreak anthems. It began thousands of years ago, when love wasn't about passion. It was about survival. Over time, evolution shaped a system that rewarded connection. Choosing the right partner once meant safety, food, and the survival of your children. So your brain learned to fixate, to bond deeply, to pursue stability, to crave certainty. That drive still lives in you today. But now, it plays out in a different world, one ruled by screens, swipes, and disappearing attention. The same circuits that once kept our ancestors alive now pull us into digital obsession. A single message can flood your brain with dopamine. A seen but unreplied text? Instant crash. It's not emotional chaos, it's chemical cause and effect. But here's where it gets deeper. Not every woman experiences obsession the same way. The roots of it, how long it lasts, how strong it feels, can trace back to childhood attachment, to how love first showed up in your life. And those early patterns still echo in how you connect today. This series will uncover those hidden patterns. We'll decode how evolution, emotion, and culture collide to create the storm we call love. And most importantly, how understanding it can set you free from it. Because when you can name what's happening inside you, you stop calling yourself crazy. You start seeing a system, and systems can be understood, interrupted, and transformed. By the end of this journey, you'll see that romantic obsession isn't a curse. It's a mirror, showing you your deepest fears, your deepest needs, and your power to evolve beyond them. Because when you can see the pattern, you can change the story. And that's where freedom begins. Coming up next, why love might not be as random as you think. The story of your obsession doesn't start with them. It starts long before that, in a part of your brain older than love itself. It starts with instinct. Our ancestors didn't swipe, text, or analyze vibes. They followed a code, primal, unspoken, and buried so deep that even now, in the age of self-awareness, it still whispers beneath every crush, every longing glance, every why can't I stop thinking about him? In this chapter, we'll unravel that code. The protector instinct, the genetic pull, the addiction loop, and the ego. The part of you that turns chemistry into story, because romantic obsession isn't just emotion. It's a biological movie your brain keeps replaying, frame by frame. Written by evolution, edited by experience, performed by your ego. Let's start at the beginning, the protector instinct. Thousands of years ago, survival depended on partnership. A woman's ability to thrive, and her children's chance to live often rested on finding someone strong, capable, dependable, not for luxury, for survival. The mind learned to associate security with attraction. Even now, that instinct remains. Confidence, stability, decisiveness, these feel magnetic not because of status, but because they signal safety to a brain still wired for danger. Here's the twist. The modern world rarely requires protection the way it once did. Yet the instinct fires anyway. Your brain can't always tell physical safety from emotional safety, so it fixates, searching for that one person who feels like home. And just like that, attraction becomes obsession. Next comes genetic pull, the subconscious drive toward what your brain interprets as fit. Evolution favored those who could detect strong genes for survival, even if they couldn't explain why. Today, that drive shows up as chemistry, that unexplainable click, that feeling you call love at first sight. But here's a warning. Chemistry can lie. Someone who triggers your attraction circuits isn't always good for you. They just feel familiar. And that's often where obsession begins, when the body says yes before the mind can ask why. So why do we chase someone even when logic says stop? The answer hides in your brain's oldest reward systems. Once the spark ignites, dopamine takes over. It's the brain's reward chemical, the same one triggered by gambling, drugs, and risk-taking. Each interaction becomes a slot machine. You don't know when the next message, the next compliment, the next glance will come. And that unpredictability, addictive. It's not love that keeps you hooked. It's chemistry, the oldest trick your brain ever played on you. Every dopamine spike reinforces the story your ego wants to tell. Now, let's go deeper. Because under all that biology lies something even more personal, the ego. The ego is the storyteller of your life. It builds identity, meaning, and self-worth. And when someone captures your attention, the ego doesn't just see attraction, it sees validation. It whispers, if this person loves me, then I am enough. The primal brain wants survival. The ego wants significance. When these forces join, logic doesn't stand a chance. Think about it. Who's really in control? The ancient survival circuits, or the ego craving recognition and emotional safety? Most of the time, it's both, creating a feedback loop that feels like destiny. But here's where awareness changes everything. Once you understand that romantic obsession is a survival mechanism, not a personal failure, you reclaim power. You stop asking, what's wrong with me? And start realizing, my brain is running an ancient program, and I can rewrite it. Next time you feel the pull, checking your phone, replaying a conversation, craving closure, pause. Because that feeling isn't madness, it's history. It's nature's old language whispering in modern words. And when you hear it clearly, you can finally decide whether to listen or let it go. In the next chapter, we'll explore how that spark turns into a storm and why uncertainty can make desire burn even brighter. What keeps obsession alive? It's not just the person, it's the puzzle they represent. By the end of this chapter, you'll understand why uncertainty fuels desire, why some people linger in your thoughts long after they're gone, and how ancient drives collide with modern signals to create emotional loops that feel inescapable. Obsession thrives on the unknown. That little spark, that fleeting attention, triggers the brain like a slot machine. Every text, every emoji, every delayed reply becomes a reward, intermittent, unpredictable, and your brain craves it. Think about it. Have you ever checked your phone over and over, heart racing, just to see if they replied? That's not weakness, that's biology. Psychologists call this the value and puzzle dynamic. Obsession isn't only about the person themselves, it's about what they represent. Security, status, validation, or even the chance to resolve old emotional patterns. Uncertainty acts like fuel. The more ambiguous the signals, the more your brain locks on, replaying interactions, analyzing every word, every look, searching for resolution. Why does your mind fixate even on someone who may never love you back? The answer lies in the loops your brain can't resist. Then comes the imprinting effect. Partners who remind us, consciously or not, of childhood caregivers trigger old emotional scripts. If you grew up with inconsistent attention, your adult brain learns to fixate. Not because the person is perfect, but because your psyche senses an emotional equation that needs solving. Anxious attachment styles amplify this. Every uncertain signal feels like a crisis. Every small reward, a surge of euphoria. Let's break down the engines behind obsession. Mate value puzzle. Your brain evaluates worth, protection, status, resources. Uncertainty keeps it calculating, craving, scanning for the perfect fit. Cognitive loops. Ambiguous signals become puzzles. Rumination kicks in. Dopamine surges every time your mind anticipates a resolution. Intermittent reinforcement. Sporadic attention acts like gambling. The highs thrill. The gaps feel unbearable. Imprinting and attachment echoes. Familiarity triggers past emotional templates. Obsession becomes a chance to finally fix unmet needs. Scarcity principle. Rare attention increases perceived value. We chase what feels just out of reach. Each mechanism alone sparks fixation. Together, they create a psychological storm. Obsession isn't new. Its when spans history. Prehistoric times, choosing mates wasn't heartache. It was survival. Middle Ages, courtly love glorified longing and restraint, even within pragmatic marriages. Renaissance. Shakespeare made obsession poetic, tragic, and dangerous. Love became a puzzle to solve. Enlightenment, industrial era. Letters, formal courtship, and societal expectation added layers. Modern era. Social media and dating apps made obsession instantaneous, measurable, constant. Every unread message, every slight, a dopamine trigger. Obsession is cultural as well as biological, amplified by technology. Where does obsession play out? Digital world, endless scrolling, text decoding, social media surveillance. Workplace, proximity and familiarity intensify attraction. Friend networks, gossip, validation, interpretation, amplify fixation. Art and media, movies and songs romanticize obsession, teaching us to chase the unattainable. Every environment triggers the same ancient brain loops, keeping obsession alive. Obsession isn't static. It grows, shrinks, flares, or fades depending on signals, context, and history. And yet, understanding the mechanisms gives you power. Once you see dopamine loops, imprinting effects, and uncertainty triggers, obsession stops feeling like a trap. It becomes a map. So the next time your mind circles someone endlessly, or your heart races over a message you can't stop checking, remember this. It's not madness. It's evolution. It's history. It's culture. And most importantly, it's navigable. Once you understand the puzzle, you can choose to solve it, or walk away. We've traced romantic obsession from its primal roots, through dopamine loops, the puzzle of uncertainty, and the imprinting of old emotional patterns. But now comes the question that matters most. Why does it matter? And more importantly, how do we reclaim our lives from it? Because obsession isn't just a fleeting crush. It can steal focus, energy, even your peace. Yet hidden within that storm is an opportunity, a chance to transform intensity into insight, fixation into growth. Romantic obsession signals misalignment. When your thoughts orbit someone else so persistently that sleep, work, or self-reflection suffers, your mind is saying there's something you're ignoring within yourself. And here's the paradox. What feels like a trap can become a map. Awareness is the key. Once you understand what drives your fixation, dopamine highs, uncertainty loops, attachment echoes, you can redirect that energy. You can stop being pulled by it and start using it. Emotionally, obsession hijacks thoughts, creating anxiety, mood swings, and dependency. With awareness, these intrusive patterns lose power. You start seeing them as signals, not commands. Compassion replaces frustration. Neurologically, your brain experiences highs and lows, like addiction. But here's the good news. You can rewire it. Reframe your triggers, introduce new goals, and the craving loops weaken. Neuroplasticity makes this possible at any age. Daily life. Obsession steals focus, clouds judgment, distorts perception of the person you're chasing. Redirect energy into hobbies, work, and self-growth. Clarity and fulfillment return. Relationship dynamics, codependency, and unreciprocated longing can destroy bonds. Boundaries, self-respect, and mutual understanding transform how you engage with others. Long-term growth. Unchecked obsession diverts energy from purpose, fostering stagnation or resentment. With intention, that same energy fuels resilience, creativity, and self-actualization. So how do you move from drain to empowerment? Step 1. Reframe. Identify the needs this person represents. Security, validation, recognition, and acknowledge them without judgment. Step 2. Reclaim your brain. Limit contact, remove triggers, consciously shift focus towards self-directed tasks. Step 3. Understand attachment patterns. Explore relational habits through introspection, journaling, or therapy. Step 4. Prioritize self-growth. Cultivate skills, passions, and connections. Let your inner world become your center of gravity. Because the more you invest in yourself, the less obsession controls you. Every signal once given away to obsession can now be reclaimed. Every dopamine spike triggered by uncertainty can fuel achievement, learning, or resilience. Every pattern rooted in past attachment can be recognized, understood, and re-scripted. Romantic obsession doesn't have to end in anxiety, regret, or codependency. It can become a teacher, showing what you value, what you need, and how to love responsibly. Obsession is a mirror, not of the person you long for, but of yourself. It reflects your desires, your fears, your unmet needs, and your potential for growth. And when you can see it clearly, you gain choice. Choice to chase, pause, or let go. Choice to redirect energy towards self-empowerment. Choice to cultivate secure, healthy relationships. Romantic obsession, from drain to empowerment. Your mind, your heart, your growth. Rewrite your code. Shift attention inward. Turn fixation into freedom. Because the story of romantic obsession doesn't have to be one of suffering. It can be a story of understanding, mastery, and profound self-discovery. The heart can teach, the mind can learn, and the life you reclaim can be extraordinary.